So here we will start from development of science. In the last video, I think so I completed modern science arts. So today I will start with the development of science. The chapter we are learning it's a Renaissance period in Europe, which means how the Europe has taken place a new development of social science. How the sciences develop after in this during this Renaissance period. Let's start. It is said that European natural scientists of the 17th century laid the foundation of modern science. So it is said that there were European scientists was there, and because of that, in 17th century, which means 1600, they have laid the foundation of modern science. Because of European scientists, the modern science was developed. Okay, the scientists of 17th century put emphasis on the following things. So this 17th century scientists have put more emphasis on which thing? Following things. Let's understand that. To prove scientific principle established by empirical experiment remain true despite time and space. So they are giving more priority to empirical evidence according to the time and space, and to convert the emergent scientific rules into scientific formula, and they are converting the scientific rules into a scientific formula, and to create a new scientific parlance and so on. They are creating a new scientific uh, through the principle and formula. They are creating the new scientific theory, and these efforts helps the progress of science. So we can say that European people, there were some European natural scientists, they had given more time in scientific method, scientific theory. Okay, and they have laid the foundation of the modern science. How? Because they have given more priority to uh, theory, formulae, like this. 17th century, which means 1600. Okay, so we need to keep in mind the European natural scientists have put more emphasis on the uh, creating the formula and converting through the empirical evidence. Okay, like this. Clear? So because of this European scientist people, our progress of society is developed. Science was developed. Institution devoted to cause of science. Institution devoted to cause of science. There are some institution, and because of that, this science was cause. Institution was the reason of science. In Europe, some organization establishes for research in science. In Europe side, there were some organization was there is especially built for research in science. This organization published scientific journals. The organization publishing books, like publishing books. So they are also publishing a scientific journals. Scientists are putting reflection, and it is journal which included the research, uh, and this journal included the research article written by the scientist correspond between them, as also clearing doubts and exchanging thoughts among them. Among them and this organization are Academy of Linkside and Lincoln Academy in Rome, Academy for Experiment in Florence, Royal Society for Improving Natural Knowledge. So these are the name of the academy in different in Rome, France, Florence in London, French Academy of Science in France, where the prime important. So there were some institutions who were devoted in the science. So the institute from France, from Rome, in different area. You can see these are the name of institute name, like here The scientists are researching and publishing the journal articles, and in the journal articles they are putting their thoughts and collaborating them with them. Okay. Scientific invention in various fields. 1.4. So there are so many fields are there. So what kind of scientific invention are taken place in the different field? Clear? So here the various instrument like compass, telescope, thermometer, barometer were invented in this period. There were various instruments were invented in this year like thermometer, barometer, telescope. Okay, which period? The Renaissance period. Okay, Microsoft invented in this period and made it easier to observe various types of microorganisms. Microscope are used nowadays also, you can see, and that was invented in this time, this Renaissance period. And why microscope is helpful to see the microorganism. Robert Boyle, an alchemist, is known as discovering. Robert Boyle, is like he is an alchemist, is known for discovering that the absolute pressure and the volume of a gas inversely proportional, and this created interest in further research on gases and nitrogen oxygen. So because of the alchemist, the Robert, they have putting more interested in hydrogen, nitrogen gas, oxygen. The research in physics was more focused on various aspects of heat and sound. Okay, in physics also, the there there was a research happened in heat and sound. In zoology, a methodology known as taxonomy. In zoology subject, a methodology known as taxonomy was developed to classify the animals. So there was in zoology, taxonomy method was developed in this period to classify the animals. Animals like okay, these are the species, that are that species. The research made by the Benjamin Franklin was very important. It threw light on various aspects of lightning and electricity. The Benjamin Franklin was a person was done a research in electricity, and many times you had heard the name of the Benjamin Franklin. The various aspects of lightning and electricity. He coined many technical terms which are used electrical science even today. So he coined so many terms, Benjamin Franklin, which were used today itself. Clear? Okay. So we have seen the institution. So many institutions they have devoted. Now the scientific invention in different field. So the first field is a textile industry. Textile, which means the cotton. Okay. Textile industry. So weaving of woolen cloth was very old. Cottage industry. Okay. Weaving of woolen cloth was very old cottage industry in England. Clear? So weaving means making a woolen cloth is very old industry in England. In the year 1738, John Kay made a patented flying shuttle. So there was a John Kay person 1738. He patented a flying shuttle company. It increases the speed of weaving. The next advanced stage was spinning jenny. A spinning frame was multiple spindle made by the James Hargreaves in England. So, like in this technical textile industry, there was a different person from 18th century to 19th century. How they have making more easier for weaving. So the flying shuttle was patented by him. The spinning jenny was more speed. One could work eight spindles simultaneously on this frame, and reduce the amount of labor. So whatever machines are was developed like this. In the year this 1769, okay, the Richard Arkwright made a more advanced spinning frame. So basically, in textile industry, there were different person from 1738 to 1793. First half of the 18th century to next half of the 18th century, there were many machines made by different person. And why they are making a machines for textile industry? For the speed. Like first if you see it was very slow, then after that if you see here, they have more advanced spinning and it could provide yarns. Samuel Crompton invented more modified spinning machine. So they are talking about spinning, right? Common era Edwin Copyright made a machine called cotton gin. The machine was useful removing cotton seeds from cotton fibers, greater speed. So basically I can say that, so in textile industry they have more focus on the spinning industry. And if I talk about the spinning mule, let's see. So this is a spinning mule. So you can see the Samuel Crompton. You can see this word, and we had just learned this thing. Okay. Yeah. So Samuel Crompton invented a spinning mule. What I'm talking about now. See, this is the spinning mule. Like basically, like here they are making a cotton. Clear? 1764. It is written over here. Has been invented in 1764, 1779. Okay, 1779. Then after that, Cartwright invented a power loom. So much machine, like all the things. If I talk about in textile industry, we are talking about invention. Different machines have made for weaving a cloth. Clear? I am stopping here. Next we will start from here. Okay.